guys, it's just a quick disclaimer before this video actually starts. I am very new to filming things, so if there's small, tiny mistakes, please don't get mad at me. I'm going to try to get better. Also, my upload schedule is going to be very, very weird. I'll probably have the most videos uploaded in summer because I'll have the most free time, but during school I won't have as many. I will try to upload at least once a month, and if I can, at least once a week. And most of this stuff will be book stuff for now until I can get sewing stuff situated and maybe even horse stuff. And maybe vlogs. Maybe. Okay, on to the video. So since I'm not good at filming, I just decided for my first video I will do a bookshelf tour. And I'll probably do some videos with some of my other friends that have YouTube channels, so I will link their channels in the description so you can go check out their channel. Anyways, if you have any video ideas you'd like me to do or any books you'd like to recommend me, definitely tell me in the comments because I like having feedback. So I'm going to stop rambling and I'm going to go into the video now. Bye! Okay, so just a few question and answer things before I do anything, just so I don't get any questions in the comments. This is my bookshelf. You can't even tell that I have any books on this shelf behind me, but there's 5 shelves on this bookshelf behind me. I'm taller than my bookshelf. Anyways, I film on my phone because I don't have a camera, so yeah. There's also no tripod. This is on top of a storage thing, so there's nothing really fancy. But this bookshelf is from the Amish Home Furnishing Gallery, and in total I have 68 books. I counted it before I filmed, so I'm hoping that's right because it's summer. I have been reading for about 3 years now, and that's how long I've been getting books to put on my bookshelf. I've only had this bookshelf for a year though. Before that I was just using a bucket that I put my books in. Don't ask me why. So on my very top shelf, as you can see, this is the top of my bookshelf. I have the Darkest Minds trilogy, or should I say the first 2 by Alexandra Bracken. The first 2 books in the trilogy that I have are The Darkest Minds, which is book 1, and Never Fade, which is book 2. The last book on the shelf is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and I am reading this. You can tell because my bookmark's in it. Oops, please don't fall over book. And I'm on chapter 6, and it's good so far, so that's really good. Now onto the second shelf. Which this is my Cassandra Clare shelf because I have so many books. It's not all the way filled, but it kind of is. And just so you know, this is probably going to be filled up with other series. So I have The Infernal Devices, which is the first series of books I have. The first book in the trilogy is Clockwork Angel, the second is Clockwork Prince, and the third is Clockwork Princess. The next series I have in my bookshelf is The Mortal Instruments, and sorry if it's kind of choppy because I don't have a good angle, so I can't really take them out. I have to hold my phone, which I'd really like to invest and get a camera and tripod, so yeah. I'm just going to show you the first 3 because I experimented and not all 6 of them fit. So the first book is City of Bones, the second is City of Ashes, and the third is City of Glass. The last 3 books in this series are City of Fallen Angels, City of Lost Souls, and City of Heavenly Fire. The second to last book I have on the shelf is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. It is part of the Dark Artifices trilogy. I think that's how you say that. And I have read Lord of Shadows. I just don't have the book on my bookshelf, so. Last but certainly not least on this shelf, I have the Shadowhunters Codex. This is my third shelf, which is my Rick Riordan shelf, so all the books on this shelf are from Rick Riordan. I have the Percy Jackson series, which is in a cool box so you can see all the landscapes. So I have book 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, obviously, because it's a complete book set. And I guess I'll just go in increments of 3 with all the books that I have because it never seems to fit in my angle that I'm filming at. So the first book in the Percy Jackson series is Lightning Thief, the second is The Sea of Monsters, and the third is Titan's Curse. The last 2 books in the series are, the 4th is Battle of the Labyrinth, and the 5th is The Last Olympian. The second series I have is the Heroes of Olympus series, which is at the very edge, so right here. And I'm sorry if it seems very choppy, especially on this shelf, but it's because I have a bunch of box sets and I cannot get them out very easily on camera. Also, this box is very ruined, as you can tell by all the hot glue on here. I might have dropped it on the ground and it might have broken open. And with my very traditional style, I guess, of me putting the first 3 books of a series out, the first book of Heroes of Olympus is The Lost Hero, the second is The Son of Neptune, and the third is The Mark of Athena. And sorry if it looks like it's slanting down. I guess it's how it's filming on my camera when I'm using it as a tripod, I put in quotes. And books 4 and 5 of Heroes of Olympus are, the 4th is House of Hades, and the 5th is Blood of Olympus. Next series I have is the Kane Chronicle series, which is over here in this corner. Sorry that my angle has switched so much. I just couldn't get all of it on the angle that I'm filming at right now, so it does have to be shifted a tiny bit. Sorry, because I can't really zoom in on things. And since this is such a short series, and it's only a trilogy, I can put all 3 at once! Yay! Anyways, the first book of the Kane Chronicles is Red Pyramid, the second is Throne of Fire, and the third is Serpent's Shadow. Oh yes, I'm being very smart this time. I have put all 3 of the trilogy for the Maze Chase series out, so I don't have to be weird and have it be choppy. The first is The Sword of Summer, the second is The Hammer of Thor, and the third is Ship of the Dead. And yes, I know that The Sword of Summer is shorter than the other 2. I realize that. I don't know why or how that happened, but I guess it happened like that. And here I am being smart again and putting the Trials of Apollo series out like I would, so I don't have to have it be really choppy. But the first book is The Hidden Oracle, the second book is The Dark Prophecy, and the third is The Burning Maze. So yeah, it's obviously not a complete series yet, but I have all the 3 that are out right now. So the last 2 books I have on this shelf are Demigods and Magicians and Camp Half-Blood Confidential. And since the shelf is so low, I have to hold it again, so sorry my hand is really shaky. Anyways, the first series that I have on my second to last shelf, because my last shelf down here, is the Harry Potter series. And the second book, I don't even want to talk about. It was my very first ever book that I had bought that went towards this bookshelf. And it has been through so much in my backpack that, yeah, you'll see when I have it out, but it's insane. Sorry for your eyes. So in true me fashion, I have put the first 3 out. And the first Harry Potter series is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. And can we just talk about the Chamber of Secrets? Like, the corners are damaged, the side is damaged, and then that corner's ruined and that corner's ruined. Also, sorry for my really bad nails, okay? They looked nice about, like, a week ago. Okay, so I have put in the last 4 books of the series on here, so they're kind of all smushed. But anyways, the 4th is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. The 5th is Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, aka my favorite book. The 6th book is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and the 7th is Deathly Hallows. So next on my shelf, I have the Hogwarts Library. So these are very tiny books. I'll tilt one down to show you. Like, they are very, very tiny. No, don't fall down, please. But the 3 kind of small trilogy of books are Quidditch Through the Ages, and that's not actually the real author. All the Harry Potter things are by J.K. Rowling, if you didn't know that already, but that's just the wizarding author that would have made it. The second is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Newt Scamander wrote this one, and if you haven't seen the movie, you should go see it, because the new one's coming out in November of this month? No, sorry, this year. And the third and final book in the Hogwarts Library is The Tales of Beedle the... And then, lastly, concluding all the Harry Potter things, I have Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, parts 1 and 2. It's the special edition rehearsal script. Oh yeah, I don't know if I've given you an overview, but this is all the books. And yes, there is a book in this corner. I don't know if you can tell. And they're very smushed on this shelf. So that's why I have to move them all the way up. There are some books all the way up to that shelf because this shelf is too full. Yay, trilogies! I have the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. The first is The Hunger Games, the second is Catching Fire, and the third is Mockingjay. So I have the Maze Runner trilogy by James Dashner with the 2 prequels that I actually bought, yesterday? So they're a very new addition to this bookshelf. And my phone is plugged in while I'm recording this, so I have to switch angles really weirdly. I'm so sorry. Anyways, the first book in the trilogy is The Maze Runner, the second is The Scorched Trials, and the third is The Death Cure. And the 2 prequels, which I actually read after I read the series, and it helped because it filled in holes. Anyways, the first prequel is Kill Order, and the second prequel is The Fever Code. And yes, I realize these are all paperback and are the same size, except for The Fever Code. I couldn't find it in paperback, which kind of annoyed me, but it's fine. It's fine, I'll live. Plugged into. But I have the Twilight series. The Twilight series is by Stephanie Meyer. So the first book is Twilight, the second is New Moon, the third is Eclipse, and the fourth is Breaking Dawn. And I know 3 of them are hardcovers, and Twilight is not. But they're very close to the same size, so it doesn't bug me as much, I guess. But I have The Hobbit, which is a very tiny book. And yes, it does have something with the movie on it. Oh well. But you read The Hobbit first, and then The Lord of the Rings. Now, The Lord of the Rings, I have the bind-up of all 3 of them. And it's like 1,000 pages. Yeah, that was fun lugging around my backpack. Also, fun fact, there's 27 books shoved on this one shelf. And you can't even really see The Hobbit. I feel bad for it now, but I don't want to move it because I've been used to seeing this. And the last shelf, which is obviously the last because you can see my carpet. Here's some Doctor Who books, which I guess I'll go through first. I still like Doctor Who, just when I was really into it, I got these. This is the Doctor Who character encyclopedia, so it tells you about all the different characters. And this is Doctor Who, the official dictionary. It just tells you about a bunch of definitions. And then if you go on to the other side, this is where I keep my standalones. I have 4 books. And one is a standalone, one is a book of a continuation series. A continuation series, for all of you that don't know, are a series that you read after another series, because if you don't get it. 2 of them are books of a series, but I don't want to get the rest of the series because I didn't like the books as much to get the rest, so they are considered standalone. Okay, I freed myself from the wretched plug, but I'll have to unplug it later because I procrastinated, so my phone is at a really low %. Because I procrastinate filming, so oh well. Anyways, these are all my standalones. So the first is Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. The second book is All Rights Reserved by Gregory Scott Katsoulis? I probably said that wrong. The third book is The Smuggler's Gambit by Sarah Whitford? I don't know. And lastly, I have Dragon Watch by Brandon Mull. And as you can see at the top, it says a Fablehaven adventure, meaning you have to read the series Fablehaven before. Okay, so before, if you have any recommendations of books I should read or video ideas I should do, go comment them down below and go check out my friends' channels and tell them I sent you.